conditions and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Get the bailer you need without breaking the bank at Landmark Implement. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% fixed for 36 months or stretch it out with a 2.9% fixed rate for 60 months on used John Deere 560M and R-Series round balers. Reliable, field-ready, and priced to move. Don't miss your chance to lock in serious savings before the next cutting rolls around. Visit your local Landmark Implement or head to landmarkimp.com today and experience the Landmark difference.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket. Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends July 31st.
See Home Club for details.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org.
A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Welcome in to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Bill Mitchner.
Good evening, everybody. I've got some special guests here tonight, and I'm glad you can join us. It should be a fun evening. Drew?
I think so, too. We got some high flyers up here.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So let me give you a little background of where I know the two gentlemen before we introduce them. I went to what's called a city swap last year in Boise, Idaho. And the three cities that were involved were Boise, Lincoln, Nebraska, and Topeka, Kansas. And got to meet a bunch of wonderful individuals, city officials, partners in the community, nonprofit leaders. It was just a fun way of developing and getting a better understanding of how we can continue to do it better in each of our communities and share ideas.
Which is collaboration at its finest. Two great cities coming together and, trying to see what they do best and see how we can do it better too.
Yeah. So unfortunately I missed the Topeka one because I was out of town, which bums me out, but I get an open invitation. Is that right?
You did.
Absolutely. Okay.
Anytime.
Okay.
You just let us know.
I'm going to come down on my own and check it out. So you guys can give me a more one-on-one tour of what's happening down there.
Vacation to Topeka.
Yeah. So today we have the city swap here in Lincoln. And so instead of Boise coming here, we have Topeka and Billings, Montana, which I'm not quite sure how that happened, but apparently they're a new partner that we're going to now develop. And I know Madison is next year, Madison, Wisconsin. So it's going to be fun to continue to see how this all develops.
We're going to go to Wisconsin. We're in Nebraska, though.
I know, but I love cheese. I got to be honest with you. I love their
Badgers,
cheese. No Badgers.
Visiting that stadium. That's for sure.
So let's get to introductions.
Well, we got Councilman Marcus Miller here as well. He's a former Washburn football player. He spent his career building trust with youth, from diversion programs and nonprofits to coaching AAU and fostering teens with his wife. He now serves on multiple boards. He's on committees in Topeka, focusing on policy, finance, and youth access. He brings a full circle of perspective. He's someone who's played, mentored, and now he governs people with a lot of heart. So
thank you.
My
got
guy,
a great reputation.
Marcus.
Thank you.
And then we also got the big man, the mayor, Mr. Michael Padilla from Topeka as well. He's a retired police commander and Navy Reserve vet. He has deep roots in Topeka. He co-founded Safe Streets, which served on the diversity and policing commissions, and he helped launch an after-school boxing club also, which helps a lot of the youth. Which when I read that, I was like, that is exactly what a police force needs to kind of be looking forward to add, which is helping the kids not solve their own problems the way they want to solve them. You know what I mean? Because they don't do it the right way sometimes. And you've been really big with the Hispanic community in Topeka as well, which I always find super important.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to grow up and live there all my life and develop lifelong relationships with a wide, diverse population here in the city, and it's allowed me to see from different perspectives some of the things that people don't maybe overlook when they're trying to say, "Well, you need this." It's better to hear them tell us what they would like, what would make the most impact in their life, and I think that's the most responsible way to respond to the needs of the community.
And I feel like that's exactly, I mean, I'm not trying to tie everything to Lighthouse, but like that's what we do.
It's our show, man.
It's listening.
Yeah, sure.
It's just funny that everything and success in life and importance in life comes back down to one thing you're taught when you're 2 years old: listening.
Yes.
Like, it's so important.
And Drew, I got to give you a high five, man. You did some good research there.
Hey,
I appreciate you, man.
I told you. I'm coming for you, Sean Evans.
I appreciate that. Because, I get to know these fellas in person, and I was blown away. Like, they stood out. We connected immediately. And as a matter of fact, Michael came and talked to Jeremy down in Topeka.
Yeah.
And you got to meet Jeremy. He's my tip director. And did you get to meet Jeremy too?
I think I did. I don't
He's a
think I
bald
fussed
guy.
that much.
We all have the same hairdresser.
Same
Yeah,
look.
yeah.
Okay.
Great
But-
dude. Shout out to Jerry, by the way.
But honestly, you guys are genuine, loving, caring people, and you're about changing the world in a positive way. And one of the reasons why I wanted you on the show, be a
Hey.
beacon, right?
Well, I appreciate that. Thank
Absolutely.
you very much for the invitation.
Of course.
Now, I guess kind of getting to the questions quick, if you guys don't mind.
Sure.
Lighthouse is kind of what we do is built around youth support and having like adults building relationships with kids that show them how like a true relationship should be because they're not used to that good relationship.
Mhm.
Do you guys have a program similar like that in Topeka that you guys kind of lean on for the youth in the city?
Well, I'll let Marcus speak to it first because he specifically has worked in that, and then I'll follow up with what I know what I've done and what the city does.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. So the time that I spent with Bill talking about Lighthouse while we were in Boise really told me that we don't have anything that's like that, specifically that is just solely about spending time with the kids. The stuff that we have, there's a conduit. You know, it's basketball. It's some type of sport or some type of activity that's like, let me get you here and then we can talk.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you're coming here because you just want to talk. You know, we have big brothers, big sisters, but this is a different situation entirely. I mean, you get spend more time with the kids, and it's not just kind of a superficial, let's go have ice cream and such.
Yeah.
No, I get to spend real time with you and make a real relationship. And that is something totally different than what we necessarily have in Topeka.
For sure.
Can you believe he got all that from Boise? I mean, seriously, that's amazing. I appreciate you bringing that back to light, because really, when I'm out speaking and talking to people, I'm not quite sure if they quite get what we're all about at Lighthouse, because really coming there, you're going to see a different level of magic. You're going to see a different level of these young people just giving it all away to us. So it's like a second family. When you hear kids come on here, they're talking about us being family. We go to their quinceañeras, we go to their graduation parties, we celebrate graduation parties at Lighthouse. We're a part of their milestones. I've been asked to walk a young lady down the aisle. It's real stuff that happens at Lighthouse. And it's hard for people to see that because it sounds too magical. Like, this can't exist. This isn't real.
You know, they talk about how kids only really care about what you're talking about once they know that you actually care.
Yep.
Right. And you're able to spend that time with them. That doesn't, it's no, like I said, no superficial. It's just like, there's no surface level to it. It's, I'm spending time with you. We're going to do this. And then I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here for you for this after conversation. When you feel like you've done everything you need to do on your phone. Okay. You checked your phone while we were at ice cream or whatever. Okay. And now we get to go apart, and now you can text me your real feelings. No, I'm sitting right here. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about your program, man. It just stays with the children. And I love that.
I appreciate that. We're getting ready to take them camping tomorrow. Oh, well, going out to the lake and then coming back doing a lock-in with our young people tomorrow. So
that's cool.
Wow.
You know, I guess we have what's that religious I can't remember the name of it now. They take them out of town. And then there's a program that kind of spins them, but it's more religious based. And what I liked about Lighthouse, it didn't have anything to do with that.
Right.
Wherever you come from, we were willing to have that conversation.
Yeah.
That's why I love what you were doing.
I think it's important that you stress that there's a real commitment and not just a program, because kids can pick up on that very quickly.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know, I was a pretty unconventional police officer in my time. People were always asking me, well, why are you doing this? Or why are you doing that? And I said, well, for one thing, it makes the community better. And that's what my job is supposed to be. Right.
Right.
And so serving the community doesn't mean that you just answer phone radio calls. So I got involved with a lot of nonprofit organizations, and they really gave me an opportunity to see different perspectives and different approaches to problem solving. It made me I tell people it makes me a better person and made me a better policeman, because it gave me more understanding. And I think that is why when you mentioned the boxing program, I sat on the board of Salvation Army for a number of years and worked with them in a lot of ways to try and help serve that community that often got overlooked. And they came to me, one of the majors came to me and said, we'd really like to find an activity, a sports activity after school that maybe we could link to some educational opportunities as well. We give the kids something to do and feel really a part of that builds their self-confidence.
Right.
And boxing has always been one of those kinds of sports at different levels.
Discipline too.
Yeah, discipline. You know, when you have to show up on time, you have to do the exercises, you have to do the drills. You can't mess around.
Yeah,
you do it wrong and get punched in the face.
That's right. And there's a structure to it. And regardless of what people might say about the youth, they thrive under structure, but it has to be presented in the right way.
Yes.
It can't be a forced thing. It has to be something they recognize that, well, I'm getting it. It's really about me. They're really giving something to me. And so when they asked me if I had any connections to help get a boxing club started, I knew of a friend of mine. I've known him for years. He's a state representative. And I gave him a call. We talked, visited several times. I also had a daughter, actually, who lived in Kansas City and worked for Ringside. And so that helped out.
Connections.
Yeah. And she had a good friend there, and I knew him, Albert Guardado. He was an Olympic boxer.
Oh.
And so I talked to him about the program and if he would come to Topeka and help us get it started. So he jumped up and down at the opportunity. So he came in, got hands in hand with the Salvation Army and my friend from the Kansas legislature. And he had also, the state representative, had been involved with boxing beforehand. And so it all came together, and it kind of seemed like each person brought their own part and piece to put together the program.
Yeah.
And then actually what I did was stand back and let them do it. And then I got out of their way. And the first expectation was we might have, a few kids show up 1 or 2 nights a week. Every night of the week, that place is packed. And what is great to see is that the kids don't show up by themselves. Their caregiver, mother, father, auntie, uncle, whatever, they show up and they hang around. So that it's a family thing. In
standing room.
Yeah, and it really is. And it's encouraging to see the kids have really developed into a force to be reckoned with. They compete well, and they do well in school now because, again, they apply the things that they've learned in that effort with the sports to what they're doing in school. So it's really gratifying to see people step up when they have the opportunity.
So I got a couple thoughts about you. So one, you're a connector. And I think that's part of the reason why you're so successful as a mayor. You've been so successful as a police officer is because you're a connector. Number two, you also have restorative practices as a part of your soul. You want to do it differently. You seek out how to do it differently, and then you put that into place. So that's just my couple thoughts of listening to you of those two things.
And I always think it's cool just because, how do I say this? When you go to a place like the boxing place, when you go to a place like Lighthouse, when you go to basketball, you go to any type of the library, stuff like that, when you see the adult actually cares and they're actually going to be, then you're going to start caring about your school back home. You're going to say, because if nobody cares, why am I even trying to get good grades? But the second they see that their boxing coach, their officer who's there cares about their grades, they start caring.
Yeah. And it was intentional. When we set that up, we set it up as the 3 badges boxing team. It's law enforcement, fire department, and the Salvation Army. All 3 basics to what a lot of the population is used to seeing. And it was intentional, and it has really become a passion for the primary coach, who is John Alcala. He spends probably all of his time, free time down there doing it. And that's one thing that I've learned a long time ago. And I like the word connector. I've been called that a lot of times.
Hard to believe.
Is that I don't have to be the one that does it. I just have to know the people who can do it and get out of their way and let them do the best thing that they can. And that's important to, people often identify myself and the councilman as leaders in the community. We are, but there are a lot of leaders in the community in many ways. And the leadership has to be from the people who want to get that specific goal accomplished.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be me. So it's easier to get back and let them grow in their role as leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And then the kids see that too.
Yeah.
They know that I can be first year boxer, 3 years, a better boxer. 4 years down the road, I might be teaching. I might be a coach.
And then they see you as an officer, as a mayor, and they say, I can be a boxer. I could be an officer and a boxer. I could be officer, a boxer, and a mayor, and a veterinarian, and a doctor, and all that. Like, it's not just the one thing. I also think it's really cool, though, like kind of what you said, Marcus, about the basketball and like there not needing to be a reason to do it. Like, just having the ice cream and just like hanging out is good enough. But sometimes, like, that basketball and that ice cream and the programs is what they need as like the ticket to you. And I just think that's so important for what you said, because like once the basketball is going on, the conversations during the basketball are about life, and the conversations during the ice cream are about life. And it's just, like you said, it's just so important that they see that this is not just basketball. This is, we're talking about stuff while we're playing basketball. And I agree with you so much on that. It's so important.
100%. Two things real quick. I want to tell you that 6 to 8 years ago, I didn't know I was going to run for city council, but one of the things that I always loved about this man sitting on my left right here is that the exact thing that you were talking about, him being a connector. I've based a lot of the things that I do now as a city councilman off of what he does, because I don't need to be the one who has the answers. Don't get me wrong. I may have some thoughts, but I'm not going to have the answer because I'm not the experts.
Right.
But I do know the experts. I know the people who can do it, and I trust the people who say they can do it. If you say you can do it and I don't trust you, I don't lead people that way. But we know enough of the people who do it the right way that we can get them to them. Whatever your issue is, we'll get you to your solution. Yeah. And that's what I think leadership is all about. I don't know if it's the right way to do it, but that's the way we're doing it. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
And sometimes it's even, for me in ASP, sometimes when you get that credit, when you feel like you did nothing, it almost feels better than when you get the credit when you did everything, because you're like, I didn't do nothing. The kids did everything. And you guys are being like, good job. You guys went undefeated in basketball. I didn't even play. They played. They did good. They had fun. They're the good kids. Like, but I'll take the pat on the back. But like, the people doing it are the ones who are making it easy, and the ones who are, we're just setting it up.
Do you know what that leadership's called, by the way? It's called servant leadership. And that's what y'all are doing. So I just want to put that out there, because y'all tap dancing around it, but it's about serving others. And we all need servant leaders in our world for this to be better.
You're
Go
absolutely
ahead,
right.
Marcus.
He was talking about, he's talking about basketball. You know, I've been coaching basketball for 15 years now, boys and girls. Just ended last week, or my third year with the girls. I got a girl, and shout out to Corey Adams.
Let's go, Corey.
14-year-old kid going into high school. And we spent together since August, training, tournaments, practice, training, tournaments, practice, training, tournaments, practice. So there's that catalyst. There's that thing that we all come together for, right? But little drips and little things and little life lessons throughout the year. I'm not a coach who's going to tell you every single thing you need to do, but I'm going to tell you the right way to do it. And when things go bad, I'm going to tell you how to respond to it. Okay. And so this little girl, I didn't think I was making any headway with. Her skill development was getting a little better, but not to where I thought she needed to be. And of course, I'm as coach, I think your potential is great. So I think you can do all of this. She doesn't get all that way in a year. You're not going to get it in all of a sudden in a year. But she learned how to work hard. She learned how to be a good teammate. She learned all these other things. And I didn't think we were getting in that. I didn't think we were getting that far with her. After this last tournament, literally on Sunday, she brings me a letter, says, hey, I got something for you. I come outside to her father and his wife and her, and she has this sign that says, number one, her jersey number is number one. It says number one reason to drink. And her dad knew that I drink Modelo. And so they brought me a cooler of Modelo with a picture of her with her jersey. And she had this handwritten postcard filled to the brim of the things that we've been talking about, how you've made me more confident in myself. You've made me. I'm not going to do it.
I like it. Do it.
I'm not going to do it. Nope.
Our listeners like that part.
I've done it 3 times now. Shout out to Corey. But honestly, when you get kids who in real time realize that there's someone who cares about them. And even though I didn't think she was getting to where I thought she needed to be, she was getting what she needed. And I said, and think it's the end of the season. What was it all for? That's what it was
Exactly.
You know what though? She felt seen too.
She wrote that in her
Yeah,
letter.
I told
And
you. See?
and like the one of the best parts is like when you're 40 years old, like I mean, whatever. When you're 40 years old, you're done playing basketball.
I'm done.
Like you're done. Like it's whatever. When she's 40, she might be done. Who knows if she plays college or pros or whatever, however her life goes. But this summer, like that will matter when she's 50, when she's 60, when she's 70. Like that will all come back, and the basketball part will be gone. It'll be nothing about basketball. It'll just be about Marcus. It won't be about. Remember I crossed over that one person? No, it'll be about remember the Modelos. Like you know what I mean? Like
and she brought me some M&Ms because you know my initials are M&Ms, so she thought that was the coolest thing. So it's just it's all.
And Marcus, you know what I love most about you is you're real. And so we're going to come back here in a moment after our sponsors get their opportunity. I'm going to throw it to Harrison.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your late forecast for today. We'll see a chance of showers and storms throughout the day. Otherwise, mainly cloudy skies with a high around 81. Tonight, showers and storms possible. Otherwise, mainly cloudy, the low around 65. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and cool with a high around 77. The meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Get the Baylor you need without breaking the bank at Landmark Implement. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% fixed for 36 months or stretch it out with a 2.9% fixed rate for 60 months on used John Deere 560M and R-Series round balers. Reliable, field-ready, and priced to move. Don't miss your chance to lock in serious savings before the next cutting rolls around. Visit your local Landmark Implement or head to landmarkimp.com today and experience the Landmark difference.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends July 31st.
See Home Club for details.
You're invited to Valentino's big jumbo anniversary party, and we've got a gift just for you. On Thursday, July 31st, only buy one jumbo 16-inch pizza at a regular price and get a second pizza free. Hamburger or cheese pizza only on original crust. It's our way of saying thanks for sharing Valentino's tradition for over 68 years. Celebrate with a slice of Valentino's tradition on us. Pre-orders start July 30th, online, by phone, or in person, and the offer is good for July 31st only. Carry out or delivery at participating Valentino's locations. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Need service on your home air conditioner? No matter what brand you have, just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun to be here even during break because we have such lively conversations and again, get to know our guests a lot better. So again, welcome, fellas. It's a really good time to have you here, and appreciate you saying yes on such short notice, by the way. So, you know, everybody here thinks, oh, you guys probably planned this out and all this. No, I literally asked them about, an hour and a half ago.
Yep.
Tell them that. That's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
Everybody that knows me knows that woo is my number one strength. So winning others over, it's, I just walked up and said, hey, why don't you come on the radio program? What is this?
Yeah. So, I don't think I asked any questions. Like, yeah, you say it, sure.
No, you were good, but he asked a few questions, and then he's like, oh, Marcus, okay.
Do I have to freestyle? Do I have to sing? What do I have to do? Now, are you guys familiar with this? Like, there's an officer named Tommy Norman. He lives in, I think, Arkansas. Are you familiar with that name at all?
Not me.
Well, when I read your bio, it kind of reminded me of him because he's this guy who's going viral all the time on Facebook and on YouTube, and he does what you call community policing. So he goes to the community, he goes to people's houses, he brings them snacks, he brings them foods, he takes them on their errands, he does policing, like preventative policing. So he's not like arresting all the people, he's not just looking for the crimes, he's like out there spreading the word, having water gun fights with kids and all that kind of stuff. And when I was like reading your articles and reading your bios and reading all this stuff about you, that's what I went to. I was like, this is the preventative policing that is so important, where we're not just reacting to the consequences, we're not just reacting to the crimes, we're trying to get ahead of it. Now, how do you build that relationship in your community and in the neighborhoods, especially now when there's like such a gap between kids and the police?
How I started was, I guess, remembering what my father taught me.
Yeah.
And he was my role model.
It's crazy how we always go back to that.
Yeah. Well, I grew up because he was a veteran. And when he came back, he joined the American GI Forum. And I don't know if you know the history of the American GI Forum or not, but
a little bit.
Okay. And it was formed primarily because Hispanic servicemen and women could not get the same benefits or consideration as others. And so I would go with him to some of his meetings and meet some of his friends. I would go with him on some of their fundraising efforts and service projects. And so I got to see him in action doing this.
Yeah.
And I saw how much it meant to those who he served and how good it made him feel.
Yeah.
And so for me, when I finally decided to be a police officer, I'll be honest, and I've told this in Topeka, I had a couple of interactions with law enforcement in Topeka that were not pleasant and uncalled for. And So I thought, well, if I'm going to do anything about how police and the citizens interact, I have to maybe work from within. So that's why I joined. And from the very beginning, it was my idea to learn my job and then adapt to what my, I guess, job was, because I served the whole city. I had the fortunate opportunity to work in every section of the city of Topeka. So I got to work with people who were living in multi-million-dollar houses and people who were just barely getting by. And so it made me very aware of the different needs in our community. And I knew that I had to do my job for those people who were trying to harm others and trying to take from others. But I also knew that beyond that, that person who was a victim, I had to be able to do something for them after that. You know, it's like if you had gotten robbed and we were able to catch the perpetrator and all that was done, I don't just write it off and, okay, that case is closed. I go back and ask you and say, so what are you going to need now after this? What's going to make it better for you? How can we improve that? And that's how I got involved with the nonprofits, because that's out of the ordinary for law enforcement. And it also takes time, and you have to have a commander or a police chief who understands that, because otherwise what you get is, well, why aren't you answering as many calls? Why aren't you available for this or for that? And so you had to work it in between. And so you got pretty good at being able to time management. But as I moved up the ranks in the department, and finally I said I retired as a major, I was always asking the chiefs, I said, I see your run sheets, I see these activities that the officers log, but I don't see anything on there that says community service or community policing. So something that allows an officer during their shift to be able to attend to some of those kinds of things, because those were as valuable, if not more, than responding to just the calls that you got.
For sure.
And quite honestly, I got a lot of criticism from some of my chiefs, because it's, well, where's Mike at? What's he doing? Why is, and then when hated this, I was behind a desk for a while as a lieutenant. I said, well, where's Mike at? Well, he's out at some meeting or something. Well, he's supposed to be here. He's supposed to be doing community policing, because I was one of the first officers that initiated community policing at the Topeka Police Department. And I would try to explain, I can't do community policing here in the department. I have to go out. I mean, you forget community, then policing.
Not desk policing.
Department policing.
And so it's a hard pill to swallow. You know, and a lot of people think community policing started relatively recently, but I got FBI manuals on it back in the early 70s.
Right.
So it's not a new concept, but it changes over time, and you have to customize it to what your community needs.
I got a quick response, because he talked about how it always goes to a dad. That's a role model. Many of my kids don't have dads that are role models.
Right.
And that's why it's even more important for organizations like Lighthouse to make for sure that we have positive male role models that doesn't necessarily fill it, but at least gives an opportunity for a young person to connect to a positive male role model. We're not trying to become their dad.
No.
However, we want to show them that there are loving, caring adult males, and this is how we proceed, because that's an important piece. You're not wrong.
And I certainly don't want to leave out my mother.
Well, of course,
because
never
because
do that.
I'm one of 5 boys, and I always told them, "What were you thinking?" Because we were a handful, believe me. But it was because of her support that he had from her to take care of everything else while he was doing this community work.
Preach it.
Yeah, I mean,
because let's be honest.
Yeah,
we need strong women to make strong men.
I know the councilman knows that. I think that was one of the first things you and I talked about when you were running. I said, you got to have that woman down.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Gotta have it.
My wife was giving me props on a situation that my son went through, that I always handled those situations with my son. And she's like, you realize it's because of you on why he's doing so well and is capable of navigating. I said, I appreciate you giving me some of that credit. One, he's got to walk it. But number 2, it takes both of us to be able to give him the supports necessary for him to grow like that. So I will not take the credit without because you're by my side. You're the one giving me support, him support, in a way that he needs it nurturing wise. Sometimes I'm the hard hand.
Mm-hmm. And they need that soft avenue.
Yeah.
I need that.
Marcus, you and your wife, talking about wives, or through foster care, correct?
Yes.
So what made you take that step? Like, how has that changed kind of how you view kids, or did you kind of have this mindset before you got into foster care, or did this help you kind of adapt into it?
Kind of helped us adapt into it a little bit, but I was coaching before I met her. And so caretaking for others was something I've always been doing.
Natural.
But when her and I got together, we met, and my daughter was 6 years old. She cared more for my daughter more than any person who has ever come across me during the time that she's been alive.
Doesn't that feel weird sometimes? Like, that's my daughter. Why do you care so much?
Right. She loves her more to this day.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But that was what made me know, oh, that's my wife.
Yeah.
She's my partner, because she's going to pick up and she's going to take care of any other slack or any other thing that I do. Because just like you talked a second ago, sometimes I got to be the heavy hand, and I hate doing it in the moment. But I know that 15, 20 years from now, this child is going to appreciate the fact that I held them accountable.
Yeah. That's what it always comes
You
down
talked
to.
about the structure. They ain't never going to ask for that structure, but they need it and they want it. They just don't know how to ask for it. But so when you provide, it may not be comfortable in that time, but I know down the line you're going to be up. Man, I'm so glad my dad was on my. You know what I mean?
And I'm not disagreeing with you, because you're right. They don't ask for it, but they will ask for it non-verbally with their behaviors and all that. And you're just like, you are crying out for that structure right now. I see it. Let's tighten it up a little bit.
Well, and think about behaviors in school, behaviors in nonprofits, those poor behaviors. We call it a call for love or an act of love, or the behaviors are one of those two things. And our young people come from chaotic environments. So they're recreating that because that feels normal to them. Then they get into these structured environments and start thriving, going, oh, this is what I like. But that's not normal, because at first everything's chaotic. Chaotic lives create chaos.
How do you say that, Ian? We're agents of love?
No. So behaviors are an act of love or a call for love. But our change agent.
We're change agents.
Our change agent at Lighthouse is love.
That's how to say it.
I love that. I love that.
And I call love living one's values every day.
Oh, hold on, I gotta write that down.
And that is one thing though that I hype up Lighthouse all the time, but like, we say I love you to the kids.
Oh, for sure.
Constantly.
We hear it how many times a day too.
And all the time. And it's even if like you may not love the person, but they need to hear it still. Like, they need to hear that somebody cares about them, even if they don't care about themselves, even if they're in trouble, even if they're not in trouble. Like, you can come here when you're in trouble. You can come here when you're having fun. You don't got to come here at all. We'll still love you.
See, I think it is love. I think it is real love, because I think what people forget is they think love is romantic love.
Yeah.
And that's one version of love.
There's levels.
There's relational love, which, by the way, all relationships either go to or die. So if you're holding on to romantic love, even if it is a romantic situation, if you don't move to relational love, it's going to die anyway, because that magic is gone. So relational love is just being connected to human beings, caring about them, caring about their well-being. And we don't say I love you like, hey, Drew, I love you. I mean, we literally, it's like, Drew, I love you. You know that I care about you and are the best for you. And the young people, if you come in there, and I've said this before on the show, you come into Lighthouse and ask our young people, do you feel loved at Lighthouse? I promise you're not going to find a kid that will say no.
There's going to be a day that I go in a Lighthouse. You know,
I hope you do. I hope you come on. That's a challenge for you. I'm telling you, our kids know we love them.
Okay.
Now, is there, if like the youth ran your guys' city for a day, what do you think that they would put in right away? Because I know for our youth, they'd put in,
swimming pools,
basketball courts everywhere, free at this, free that. Was there a specific thing in Topeka you guys are seeing a lot more out of your kids?
Honestly, I have an answer to that, because a kid emailed just like 6 months ago.
Emailed his councilman
talking about how they don't have a night scene that's safe for them to go to. So like that,
like a
16 to 20, I won't even say 16, 20, because I say 16, 18, maybe 15, 18, something like that. Maybe not even 18, because that, yes, But yeah.
18's okay. I mean, you're talking about senior in high school.
Yeah. So high school age area for them to go to.
Yeah.
That's not their prom or something that has
At school.
Their school supervision. It's just the Coach David, God, I'm sick of hearing you all day, and now I got to see you at this dance. You know what I mean? Like not like that, but like a place that they can go to that's safe for them to be
in.
So I would say that's like what they would do. We just don't have a space for it. I mean, we might be able to make a space for it, but I don't think there's enough need.
Well, and how would you manage that?
Right.
Because there still has to be some sort of way to create that safe environment. Because I think a lighthouse and that structure at Lighthouse is what makes things magical there, because we want to make for sure that everybody is safe, that everybody feels welcome. How do you do that in a structure if you're not creating that?
And it's cool because that Lighthouse too, that structure we create is a very different structure than they have at home, but they adapt to it and they move into it and they accept it right away. Like we don't say shut up at Lighthouse. Like that's just as bad as the F word basically for us.
Oh, wow.
And so like kids say that every day. Kids say that to everything. They say that to their parents. They say that to their teachers. They say it to themselves. But like once they step in the door of Lighthouse, you don't hear it. They don't say it. If a kid does says it to other kids, like, oh, you can't say that. And it's just funny to see like you said it 5 minutes ago outside, and now you're stopping a kid from saying it. But it's just because they know that structure is important, and like they don't want to ruin the relationship they have with the people who put the structure in place.
And that's when you know leadership is good, when the participants are holding each other accountable just as much as the leadership does.
When we got to that level, it was the best thing ever because you could. It's like we said before, you set it up and just sit back and let the program do the work for you, and you don't gotta be the angry guy correcting everything. The kids are going to correct it for you. You can be like, yeah, you're right. He's dumb.
It really is about respect, and we're going to respect our sponsors, and I'm throwing it over to Harrison.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce is complicated. It affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions that it can take, it's times like this that you need a partner you can count on.
If you're a man facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today to connect with a local divorce attorney who understands the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Text GO99 to 323232. GO99 to 323232. GO99 to 323232. 1221 N Street, Lincoln. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply, stop to opt out.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends July 31st.
See Home Club for details.
Tune in every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. for the Law of Lift with Dr. Lawrence Chatters. Sit back and enjoy listening to Dr. Chatters discuss real stories involving struggle, inspiration, and real-life experiences with special guests and insights. Remember, the higher the pressure, the greater the lift. It's the Law of Lift with Dr. Lawrence Chatters every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Need service on your home air conditioner? No matter what brand you have, just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Copple Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Copple's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Copple since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Rick Heyman here from Starter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at starterheyman.com.
Starter Heyman Jewelers.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Every week we talk about how fast this goes. And every week I keep looking at Harrison. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to look at you anymore. I got to go to the big dog. Right? Is that the deal? So I have a question, because y'all are here for a reason. And before we get too far away from that, because we got a little history from y'all, and we can really probably talk for days about some of that stuff. But
it's almost over.
As you're thinking about what you've gone and seen in Boise, what you went back and thought about in Topeka, and now that you're here in Lincoln, what are some of the things from the city swap that you are taking away going, yeah, these are things that either thinking about incorporating or just different ways of thinking, those kind of things. Now, I know you ain't been to Lighthouse yet, because that would help you, but we're closed now, so that wouldn't help you too much, taking you to an empty building. But honestly, on the city swap, what are you taking away from all this stuff?
My first initial thought is probably not the one that we should lead with, so I'm gonna let Mayor Padilla run point on this one.
Well, there are a lot of things, but to keep it short, what I appreciate is that it tells me and councilmen and others who come from our community, come to another community, that we're not in a bad shape, right, that we're doing a good job. We may not be as far ahead as some other communities, but we're working in the right direction. And I think that is helpful for us to be able to self-evaluate, not just get caught up in, wow, the grass is really greener over there. How are we ever going to get there?
Do that. Yeah.
Oh, it is. You have to be able to say, we've made some changes. Not all of them correct, but that's how you learn. What city doesn't learn from its mistakes?
Right.
But I think it reinforces us to be committed to what we're trying to get to. And we can see that other cities have gone through the same process and they're getting to where they need to be. There's no reason that we can't be. So for me, I think it's really reinforcing what we're trying to do.
Yep.
And it's very encouraging to see that at the mayor's level, not getting into deep politics, mayors and the city councilmen, the local government is what makes the world go around.
Yeah.
It really is. When we had the pandemic and all those other things that happened to us as a country, I know that some people were saying, well, the federal government needs to do this, that, and the other. I said, if you guys are going to stand around waiting for that, we're going to be in deep trouble.
Yeah.
We have to take care of ourselves.
That's
And
right.
local government is the place to do that. And when you visit other cities, you see the collaboration between local government, city and county, business executives and partners and developers. So you can take care of yourselves if you work together.
Right.
And I think that's what's, for me, a real reinforcing principle that we have to continue to do in our city.
Yep. Marcus?
And I will follow that up. One of the things about basketball and being a point guard is that when I got somebody who can score, I'm passing the ball and he's gonna shoot and he's gonna score. And that's exactly
Set
what he
it
just
up.
did, because what I was thinking is exactly what he just portrayed, but it just wasn't as eloquent.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay. Because
He's the mayor for a reason.
I'm telling you. So we went to Boise, we come here to Lincoln, and one of the things that I understand is that we may not have the population that's exactly the same, but there's a certain feel of it that does feel the same.
Right.
But I can tell we're lacking. As proud as I am, because he's born and raised in Topeka, I am as well. We love our city through and through. But I can tell and be honest when there's some things that I think we do really well, and I love the progress we're making towards this. This is the progress we're making towards, and they're already here.
Right.
So they're 10, 15 years ahead of us in certain things. And I'm like, man, we really got to get going. And so, but I also, when I pass him the ball, the collaboration he's talking about, I'm gonna get back and play defense.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You can't stop him if you just finish that layup. I'm gonna get back on defense and make sure everything else is okay. And that's the one thing that I do see from our city, and what I see from here as well, is there's really a lot of collaboration.
Yeah.
Because when you have those joint agencies, when you have JADO like we have here, we were just learned about the agency that they have from the city and county. When you have people working and collaborating together, that's when you can make some magic happen. And that's what I'm looking forward to follow and lead on.
And that's why I appreciate this relationship too. And in Boise, I kept seeing this stuff. One of the things that we can't compete with, their natural resources. They're talking about how everybody's on their trails and white water rafting and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, so all we need is a mountain and a river in Lincoln, Nebraska. But we have some of the best trails, bike trails anywhere in America here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Like, honest to God, we have some of the best bike trails. So, you got to look at what's positive about what we have and not focus on what we're lacking, because it's so easy to do that in today's society.
I like to think it's that saying, comparison is the thief of joy. Compare yourself to who you've been, not who somebody else is. Like, you need to be comparing to Topeka was 10 years ago, and I bet it's better than it was 10
And
years
Marcus, Michael, we appreciate you coming on the show tonight. Thank you for agreeing to be here. And as always, I want you all to be a beacon, shine that light for somebody.
Be who you needed.
Thank you.